Fox Weather is your hurricane HQ. The Atlantic Basin becoming a touch more active. A couple of spots to watch now. Development isn't necessarily likely, but some tropical impacts certainly are. Let's bring in Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross to get into the details. Bryan, one of these we expected, right? We had been talking about the possibility, even at the end of last week over the weekend, the northeastern Gulf. I was surprised yesterday that the MDR was trying to say hello, if only briefly.
Yeah, I think only briefly, and mostly because the satellite actually looked pretty impressive yesterday. We haven't had a good look way out there by Africa today because the satellite has been out of commission, although what we have seen from the European satellite still looks modestly impressive, but the atmosphere ahead is so hostile that they don't have much on that. But let's talk about this system that is forecast to develop in the northeastern Gulf. Hurricane Center has this area to watch. Now, the afternoon computer forecast models kind of tell a different story. This area up here is really not in the picture. It's more like this area should be expanded over here. But to be honest with you, the whole thing looks much less conducive to development today than even it did yesterday, and didn't look very optimistic for it yesterday in terms of tropical development. So I won't be surprised if they bring these percentages down. But what we're looking at here is 0% over the next couple days. That takes us to the weekend, and then later in the weekend into next week, counting 7 days total, but really that's the time period, 20% chance that something could develop over in here and then make its way this way or this way over the warm water and sit there long enough to develop. Again, it looks extremely unlikely. Probably odds are actually less than 20%. So here's what's going on. When you look at this kind of closely to see, here you clearly see high pressure over the Gulf here that is driving moisture kind of west to east, including that Texas moisture that's coming in here with that horrible flooding there in Kerrville and Uvalde and those other locations. Comfort, unbelievable, and a high pressure right there. Okay, but this side of the high pressure, the flow is coming down, and then you notice it's kind of coming back up over here. So this is low pressure that's in the upper atmosphere right here, and then we have a tropical disturbance down to the south that's going to bring moisture into this. So you bring moisture into the low pressure system and you can get a system to develop. Not a tropical system, just a plain old everyday low pressure system. So let's take a look at that and how that's forecast to come together about Saturday-ish, that we get low pressure somewhere off of Tampa is the consensus right now. Notice there's a little bit of rain over the Florida Peninsula, but mostly dry air. There is a lot of dust out there today. It's like we have a blanket over Miami today. The temperature is in the mid-90s. It's a little bit drier than normal. Dew point is 74. I know for a lot of the country saying a 74 dew point is dry, but it is noticeably less humid here than it has been lately. All right, so there's where it's forecast to be on Saturday. Then we go to Sunday. It kind of just drifts around somewhere, but here's where we could see this band of heavy rain up the I-75 corridor. Notice a lot of dry air. Browns are dry here, greens are moist, and we have this moisture still continuing over here on the Gulf Coast. So then we get into kind of never land of exactly what's going to happen. Could dissipate completely, could kind of stretch out. I know a bunch of the models are bringing it over here into the Gulf or up into here inland and just kind of dying it out. Weak system, never really giving it a chance to be tropical. But if it does stay offshore, has that slight chance, just a slight chance of it going up this way. Almost all of the computer forecast models do not take it up toward the southeast coast now, so we'll see how the Hurricane Center revises things and look at the dry air continuing over the southern part of the peninsula in the next week. That's the thinking right now. All right, so here's the kind of distribution of some of these computer models, and you notice they're just kind of spread out all over the place, and most of them are green. That's the one model, the AI model by the Europeans. They say that it might indeed develop into something, but that's the only one. All right, there's where the heavy rain is forecast. but it really depends on exactly what happens. But watching that I-75 corridor on the west coast of Florida. All right, out on the other side of the Atlantic, you mentioned this, Ian, you see a little bit of a swirl out there in the motto, 10% chance because look at the dust. So it's going to head up right into this dust plume, and that's going to be that for this system. Maybe take a day and a half or 2 days at the most, and that will be over. But just these little tiny pockets of slight chance, really the basin is super hostile for tropical development.
Yeah, Brian, little tiny pockets now and little tiny pockets this time next month or September, a very separate thing. So do you think into the heart of the season, those next couple of months, it'll be storms more like what we have in the northeastern Gulf that we're watching through the balance of this season?
I think that it's going to be hard to get a storm to develop in the Caribbean or down farther south. So, yes, farther north. But some of these systems off of Africa sometimes take a more northerly track. Again, they can avoid those hostile winds. So we certainly can't rule that out. A lot of big storms have done that in the history book.
Right. So head on a swivel, as we always are, moving into the heart of the hurricane season. That's Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist Bryan Norcross. Bryan, thank you.